Good morning, friends. Today I want to talk about something that changed my dear friend Robert's life forever. Last summer, Robert was enjoying his retirement, fishing at the lake, playing with his grandkids, and tending to his garden. Then came the diagnosis that turned his world upside down: prostate cancer. Did you know that prostate cancer is the second most common cancer in men worldwide? And after age 60, your risk jumps dramatically. The doctor told Robert something that shocked both of us. What he had been eating for decades might have contributed to his condition. I remember the fear in Robert's eyes when he asked me, "Is it too late for me?" Maybe you've wondered the same thing about your health. Maybe you've felt that same worry. Here's the good news: it's not too late. The foods you eat today can make a real difference tomorrow. Research shows that simple changes to your diet can significantly reduce your risk of developing prostate cancer or help manage it if you've been diagnosed. Today I'm sharing the 7 foods men over 60 should avoid to protect their prostate health. These aren't complicated lifestyle changes that require a complete overhaul of your life. They're simple adjustments anyone can make. And make sure you stay until the end, because the last food on our list shocked even me. It's something many health-conscious men consume daily thinking it's good for them, when it might actually be increasing their cancer risk. Food number 1, processed meats, the hidden danger. Every Sunday for 40 years, my neighbor Frank would grill hot dogs and sausages for his family. It's tradition, he'd say with a smile. But when his doctor found elevated PSA levels during a routine checkup, everything changed. Processed meats like bacon, sausage, hot dogs, and deli meats might taste delicious, but they hide a troubling secret. These foods contain chemicals called nitrates and nitrites that help preserve them and give them their appealing color. When cooked at high temperatures, these chemicals transform into compounds called nitrosamines. Dr. Wilson from the American Cancer Society explains it like this: nitrosamines damage the cells in your prostate, creating inflammation and potentially triggering cancerous changes over time. Studies show men who eat processed meats 5 or more times per week have a 30% higher risk of developing prostate cancer compared to men who rarely eat these foods. The solution isn't to give up these foods completely. That's not realistic for most people. Instead, make them occasional treats rather than daily staples. When Frank reduced his processed meat consumption to just once a month, his PSA levels began to stabilize. Try replacing processed meats with freshly cooked chicken, turkey, or fish. If you're grilling this weekend, choose fresh meats instead of pre-packaged options. Your prostate will thank you. Have you or someone you love been cutting back on processed foods? Type fresh in the comments if you're making this healthy change. If you are still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you are here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Food number 2, dairy products, the calcium paradox. Tom, a 68-year-old retired teacher, drank 3 glasses of milk every day because he believed it would keep his bones strong. Imagine his surprise when his urologist suggested his high dairy consumption might be affecting his prostate health. Dairy products present what scientists call the calcium paradox. While calcium is essential for bone health, especially as we age, too much dairy may increase prostate cancer risk. Large studies following thousands of men found that those consuming more than 2,000 milligrams of calcium daily, equivalent to about 4 glasses of milk, had a higher risk of aggressive prostate cancer. The science behind this is fascinating. Excessive calcium may lower levels of vitamin D in its active form. Dr. Melanie Harper explains, vitamin D helps regulate cell growth in the prostate. When calcium reduces active vitamin D, cells may grow abnormally, potentially leading to cancer. Additionally, milk contains naturally occurring growth factors designed to help calves grow quickly. In adult men, these same growth factors might stimulate prostate cell growth where we don't want it. This doesn't mean you need to eliminate dairy completely. The solution is moderation and balance. Aim for no more than 2 servings of dairy per day, and consider calcium-rich alternatives like leafy greens, sardines with bones, or fortified plant milks. Tom now enjoys almond milk on his morning cereal and limits cheese to special occasions. He gets calcium from other sources and reports his prostate health has improved according to his last checkup. Has your doctor ever talked to you about dairy consumption? Type bones in the comments if you're rethinking your calcium sources after hearing this. Food number 3, red meat, the inflammatory factor. James, a 74-year-old retired firefighter and my fishing buddy, loved his steaks. A meal isn't a meal without red meat, he'd say. That changed after his prostate biopsy came back positive for early-stage cancer. Red meat, especially when consumed frequently, has been linked to increased prostate cancer risk in multiple large-scale studies. Men who eat red meat daily have up to a 30% higher risk compared to those who eat it just once a week. The relationship between red meat and prostate cancer comes down to several factors. First, cooking red meat at high temperatures creates compounds called heterocyclic amines, HCAs, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs. Dr. Rachel Chen describes these as molecular troublemakers that can damage DNA and prostate cells. Second, red meat contains high levels of iron in a form called heme iron. While iron is essential for health, too much heme iron can act as an oxidant, damaging prostate tissue and creating inflammation. Finally, red meat typically contains more saturated fat than poultry or fish. This fat increases inflammation throughout the body, creating an environment where cancer cells may thrive. The solution isn't necessarily becoming vegetarian, though that's certainly an option. Instead, treat red meat as an occasional food rather than a daily staple. Aim for no more than 2 servings of red meat weekly, and when you do enjoy it, consider these healthier approaches. Choose leaner cuts. Keep portions to about the size of your palm. Marinate meat before cooking. This reduces HCA formation. Cook at lower temperatures when possible. Pair with anti-inflammatory vegetables. James now enjoys salmon, chicken, and plant-based meals most days, saving his beloved steak for Sunday family dinners. His oncologist noted that his inflammatory markers improved within 3 months of making this change. Have you reduced your red meat consumption as you've gotten older? Type plants in the comments if you're eating more plant-based meals these days. Food number 4, sugary foods and beverages, the sweet danger. Margaret, a wonderful 70-year-old woman in my community garden club, brought her famous homemade cookies to every meeting. When her husband Carl was diagnosed with prostate cancer, their doctor suggested cutting back on sugar might help his treatment outcomes. Sugar might taste sweet, but its effects on prostate health are anything but. Research shows men who consume high amounts of sugar have up to a 40% higher risk of developing aggressive prostate cancer compared to those with lower sugar intake. Why is sugar so problematic? It comes down to insulin. When you eat sugary foods, your pancreas releases insulin to help process that sugar. Over time, consistently high insulin levels can stimulate cancer cell growth and prevent damaged cells from dying naturally. Dr. Michael Levine explains it this way. Cancer cells love sugar. They consume it at rates 10-12 times higher than healthy cells. By reducing sugar in your diet, you're essentially cutting off a preferred fuel source for potential cancer cells. Additionally, high sugar consumption leads to inflammation throughout the body. This chronic inflammation creates an environment where cancer cells are more likely to develop and spread. The solution isn't eliminating all sweetness from your life. Instead, make smart swaps that satisfy your taste buds without spiking your insulin. Replace sodas and sweet tea with water flavored with fresh fruits. Choose fresh fruit instead of fruit juices or canned fruits and syrup. Satisfy sweet cravings with a small piece of dark chocolate, 70% cocoa or higher. Use spices like cinnamon, vanilla, and nutmeg to add sweetness without sugar. Read labels carefully. Sugar hides in many unexpected foods like spaghetti sauce, salad dressings, and bread. Margaret now brings fresh fruit platters to garden club meetings and occasionally dark chocolate oatmeal cookies made with minimal sugar. Carl's doctor noted improved markers after 6 months of reducing sugar, and Carl says he has more energy than he's had in years. Have you found creative ways to reduce sugar in your diet? Type sweet in the comments if you've noticed benefits from cutting back on sugar. Food number 5. Alcohol, the overlooked risk factor. Richard, a 65-year-old retired accountant, enjoyed his 2 glasses of whiskey every evening, a reward after decades of hard work. When his PSA levels started rising year after year, his urologist asked about his drinking habits. The connection had never occurred to Richard. Alcohol consumption is often overlooked in discussions about prostate cancer, but research suggests it deserves our attention. A study following 47,000 men for 28 years found those who drank the equivalent of 7 or more alcoholic beverages per week had a significantly higher risk of lethal prostate cancer compared to those who drank less. The science behind alcohol's effect on the prostate involves several mechanisms. First, when your body metabolizes alcohol, it produces acetaldehyde, a toxic substance known to damage DNA and prevent your body from repairing that damage. Second, alcohol affects hormone levels in men. Dr. Jessica Martinez explains, regular alcohol consumption can increase estrogen levels while decreasing testosterone levels. This hormonal imbalance may create conditions that promote prostate cancer development. Finally, many alcoholic beverages contain congeners, chemical compounds that contribute to flavor and appearance but can trigger inflammation throughout the body, including in the prostate. The solution isn't necessarily complete abstinence, though that's the healthiest choice for many men. If you do choose to drink, follow these guidelines. Limit consumption to no more than 3-4 drinks per week. Choose red wine when possible. It contains resveratrol, which has some protective effects. Avoid sugary mixed drinks that compound the risks. Never use alcohol to cope with stress, loneliness, or sleep problems. Enjoy alcohol-free days each week to give your body time to recover. Richard decided to cut back to just 1 small glass of whiskey on weekends and replaced his daily habit with herbal tea. Within 6 months, his PSA levels stabilized, and he found he was sleeping better and had more energy for his grandchildren. Have you noticed any health improvements after reducing alcohol consumption? Type clear in the comments if you feel better with less alcohol in your life. Food number 6. Fried Foods, the Tasty Trap. Harold, a 77-year-old veteran who loves sharing stories at our community center, couldn't resist the fried chicken special at his local diner every Tuesday and Thursday. His bathroom trips became more frequent and painful, leading to a diagnosis of an enlarged prostate that his doctor warned could increase his cancer risk. Fried foods taste delicious, but they're one of the worst culprits for prostate health, whether it's French fries, fried chicken, or donuts. The high-temperature cooking method creates compounds called advanced glycation end products, AGs, that damage cells and promote inflammation. The oils used in frying become oxidized when heated repeatedly, creating free radicals that can damage prostate cells. Samuel Thompson explains, these damaged oils trigger inflammatory responses in the body, similar to what happens with an infection, except this inflammation becomes chronic and can damage healthy tissue over time. Additionally, fried foods are typically high in trans fats and omega-6 fatty acids, creating an imbalance that promotes cancer cell growth. One study found men who ate fried foods more than twice weekly had a 37% higher risk of prostate cancer than those who ate them less than once a month. The solution is to find healthier cooking methods that still create the flavors and textures you enjoy. Use an air fryer, which requires minimal oil but creates a similar crispy texture. Try oven baking with a light spray of olive oil. Experiment with herbs and spices to create flavor without relying on frying. When eating out, choose grilled, baked, or steamed options instead of fried. If you do occasionally enjoy fried foods, pair them with anti-inflammatory foods like leafy greens or berries. Harold now satisfies his cravings with air-fried chicken. He makes it home using a fraction of the oil. Not only have his prostate symptoms improved, but he's also lost 12 pounds without feeling deprived. Have you found tasty alternatives to your favorite fried foods? Type crispy in the comments if you've discovered healthier cooking methods that still satisfy. If you are still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you are here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Food number 7. Artificial sweeteners. The surprising culprit. This last one might surprise you. Bill, a health-conscious 68-year-old who walked 5 miles every morning, switched to diet sodas years ago to avoid sugar. He was stunned when his doctor suggested these healthier drinks might be contributing to his rising PSA levels. Artificial sweeteners seem like the perfect solution for those wanting to reduce sugar while still enjoying sweet flavors. But emerging research suggests they may have unexpected effects on prostate health. Several studies have found associations between artificial sweetener consumption and increased cancer risk, including prostate cancer. A French study following 102,865 adults found those consuming higher amounts of artificial sweeteners had a higher risk of cancer compared to non-consumers. The science is still developing, but researchers have identified several concerning mechanisms. Dr. Amanda Walker explains, artificial sweeteners may disrupt gut bacteria balance, leading to increased inflammation throughout the body. This chronic inflammation can create conditions where cancer cells thrive. Additionally, some animal studies suggest certain artificial sweeteners may directly damage DNA. While human studies are still needed, these findings raise important questions about long-term consumption. Perhaps most concerning is the psychological effect. Many men consuming artificial sweeteners believe they're making a healthy choice, which might lead them to compensate by making less healthy choices in other areas, a phenomenon scientists call the licensing effect. The solution isn't returning to sugar, which has its own well-established risks. Instead, try these approaches. Gradually reduce all sweeteners, both sugar and artificial, to lower your taste threshold for sweetness. Flavor water with fresh fruits, vegetables, and herbs. Instead of using sweetened beverages, use small amounts of natural sweeteners like honey or maple syrup occasionally rather than daily artificial sweeteners. Read labels carefully. Artificial sweeteners appear in many products marketed as health foods. Train your palate to appreciate the natural sweetness in foods like fruits and sweet vegetables. Bill gradually weaned himself off diet sodas, replacing them with water infused with berries and mint. After 3 months, his PSA levels stopped rising, and he noticed his persistent low-grade headaches had disappeared as well. Have you ever questioned whether diet or sugar-free products are truly healthy? Type natural in the comments if you're reconsidering artificial sweeteners after hearing this. Friends, I hope today's information has given you some valuable insights about protecting your prostate health through simple dietary changes. Remember, it's never too late to make improvements that can benefit your quality of life and potentially reduce your cancer risk. The foods we've discussed today, processed meats, excessive dairy, red meat, sugary foods, alcohol, fried foods, and artificial sweeteners, all have something in common. They promote inflammation in the body. By reducing these foods and replacing them with anti-inflammatory options like colorful vegetables, fatty fish, nuts, and berries, you're creating an environment in your body where cancer cells are less likely to thrive. I'd love to hear your experiences. Has your doctor ever discussed diet in relation to prostate health? Have you made changes that improved your symptoms? Your story could inspire others in our community to take steps toward better health. If you found this information helpful, please hit the like button. It helps our channel reach more men who might benefit from this knowledge. Subscribe to our channel for more content specifically designed for those of us enjoying our golden years. And if you know someone who might benefit from this information, perhaps a brother, friend, or son, please share this video with them. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Remember, the choices you make today shape your health tomorrow. I believe in your ability to make positive changes, one meal at a time. Until next time, take good care of yourself. You deserve it.